Solo, a Star Wars story, continues to falter at the box office. Disney and Lucasfilm's latest brought in $29.3 million from 4,381 locations over the three-day period. With a 65% decline from its $84 million three-day launch, Solo's second weekend fell short of its predecessors. The first Star Wars anthology film, Rogue One, made $64 million in its second weekend in 2016, while 2017's The Last Jedi earned $71 million in its sophomore weekend. Its second weekend total brings Solo's domestic tally to $149.5 million. Solo made $60 million this weekend, including $30.3 million overseas. Its cumulative total is now $264 million. The Han Solo origin story earned a disappointing $103 million in North America over its four-day holiday opening weekend and stalled out with $68.2 million overseas. While that was enough to win Solo the weekend, the third frame of Deadpool 2 didn't fall too far behind. 20th Century Fox tentpole continued to fend off the competition, landing in second place with $23.8 million from 4,161 screens. To date, the Ryan Reynolds-led sequel has made $255 million in North America. Meanwhile, Adrift was able to narrowly edge out Avengers: Infinity War for third place. The STX film, starring Shailene Woodley and Sam Claflin, anchored in $11.5 million when it expanded to 3,015 locations this weekend. The drama is currently averaging a 71% score on Rotten Tomatoes, as well as AB Cinema score. Infinity War secured $10.5 million from 3,570 screens during its sixth outing, bringing its domestic tally up to $643 million. Internationally, the Marvel and Disney film brought in another $24.3 million this weekend. That brings its worldwide tally up to $1.96 billion, making it the fourth biggest release of all time. Book Club rounded out the top five, earning $6.6 million from 3,169 screens during its third weekend. Paramount Pictures comedy starring Diane Keaton, Jane Fonda, Candice Bergen, and Mary Steenburgen has made $47 million at the North American box office. BH Tilt's Upgrade debuted on par with estimates, bowing with $4.5 million on 1,457 screens. The R-rated thriller currently boasts an 85% critics score on Rotten Tomatoes, along with a 91% audience rating. The final wide release of the weekend was Johnny Knoxville's Action Point, which landed with $2.2 million in 2,032 locations. The comedy is not faring well critically either, holding a 17% Rotten Tomatoes average and C Cinema score. In 10th place, MGM and Lionsgate Pantaleon's Overboard notched $2 million at 1,228 locations. With $45.5 million in 5 weeks, the Eugenio Derbez and Anna Faris star is now Pantaleon's highest-grossing film to date, surpassing 2013's Instructions Not Included. At the specialty box office, RBG, the documentary centered on Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, had another strong weekend with a haul of $1.1 million in 432 locations. With its domestic tally at $7.8 million, RBG surpassed I Am Not Your Negro, $7.1 million, to become Magnolia's highest-grossing film. Elsewhere, MoviePass co-opened its first feature with Orchard, Bart Layton's American Animals, which premiered with $140,633 on just 4 locations for a strong per-screen average of $35,158. The year-to-date box office is up 6.2%, crossing $5 billion in 2018, according to Comscore. The same weekend last year, Wonder Woman launched with $103 million and went on to become the top-grossing film of the summer at the domestic box office. Due partially to a number of holdovers, the weekend-to-date box office is down 43.3%. This dip in box office slows the momentum for the industry, but the good news is that a host of big titles are on the way to help erase the memory of this gloomy June box office frame, said Paul Dergarabedian, a senior analyst at Comscore. Related video.